We are moving on to a topic that has been on everyone's mind lately, the skills shortage in cybersecurity. सबने सुना है कि साइबर सिक्योरिटी प्रोफेशनल्स की डिमांड बढ़ रही है, बट हाउ डू वी ब्रिज द गैप बिटवीन जॉब सीकर्स एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज आउट देयर?
Exactly, Dhanashree. It's a hot topic, and it is the only topic that affects a lot. So, we are excited to bring you a panel, and the panel is on the topic: Is there a skill shortage between cybersecurity? How can we bridge the gap between job and the job seekers?
और इसलिए हमारे स्पीकर्स इस फील्ड से आज अपने थॉट्स शेयर करेंगे ऑन हाउ वी कैन टैकल दिस इशू. They'll discuss everything from the current job market to the skills that are high in demand and what both seekers and employers can do to close the gap.
So, बिना किसी देरी के, let's welcome our panelists to the stage.
I would like to call upon stage Mr. Sanjay Singh, Sankalp Paranspe, Sashi Prasad, Shubham Kumar, and Sagar Tiwari. Please be seated, sir. Sashi sir is not present.
No, he's not here. He's not. Let's proceed.
Guys, can anyone check on Sashi sir? Let's wait till Sashi sir comes. But before that, अब सुबह से तुम हमारा ही चेहरा देख रहे हो, बोर हो गए रह गए कि कितना बड़बड़ करोगे, क्या ही पकाओगे अब. इसीलिए अब इंटेलेक्चुअल बात होने वाली है जिससे हमारा कुछ नाता नहीं है. सो इसीलिए हम टेक ओवर करने वाले हैं हमारा होस्टिंग टू
मुदित बंसल.
सो आई वुड लाइक टू कॉल अपॉन स्टेज मुदित बंसल. So the stage is all yours. Let's wait for 2 minutes. Sashi sir, if there's any issue, we'll let you know. Just 2 minutes.
Hello, guys.
All right, guys, a quick demographic check. How many of you are actually looking for jobs? 3 people, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so 8 people are looking for jobs. Achha, you are setting up 9. How many are giving jobs or like looking for people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we have less number of people who are looking for jobs and then more number of people who are actually giving jobs. And yet we find people on LinkedIn and everywhere crying that there are no jobs in the market, there is recession. Yes, isn't that full of irony that we are seeing here? Like, this is a conference, and I don't think 8 of you have met these 10 of people. Have you? Then, like, what was the point of you coming here? Ask yourself, you paid money to attend this conference, and yet you didn't talk to a person who was giving you a job, although there are less number of people looking for jobs and more number of people who are giving jobs. All right, starting on that note, we have 4 speakers here who have, like, Sanjay sir, who has trained people, and then we have Sagar sir and Shubham sir, who have started their own company after, I guess, working freelance, so they are making money. And then we have finally have sir who have been recently graduated and then is open for opportunities, so we'll have that viewpoint as well. So I start off with Sanjay sir. What do you think? Why is this gap, and why are like people still searching for jobs and they're like more than open, and then both of them are not meeting each other?
That's a really nice question, according to me. So coming on to today's perspective in cybersec, we have seen a lot of numbers online that India is on the verge of 23.3% increase in cybersecurity market right now. ये है, वो है, बहुत सारी चीज़ें पढ़ते आ रहे हैं. But as we just counted, there are less number of people who are looking for jobs rather than people giving the jobs. I guess that's because of not non-interactive thing that we have, right? When we come to these kind of communities, right? These kind of meetups, usually when I train my students, I usually tell them that please go into these kind of communities, go into meetups. And once you go into meetups, once you attend meetups, there are sponsors in the meetups that are looking actively for the jobs. CloudSec outside have their QR codes, right? So I guess that a little bit of this knowledge that people do not have who are coming into this field, right, might be impacting this thing. And, these kind of communities are bridging that gap, according to me. Also, people who are coming up with cyber ranges, I thank them a lot, because cyber ranges not only would give you a platform to bridge this gap, but would also give you a lot of things to learn and, connect with the industry people, right? So to get that particular thing. That was my perspective. I'll come back to it to add something more to it.
All right, so like there are people who have these skills. Like let's say you post a job on LinkedIn. Coming from CloudSec myself, we have been looking for people like for the past 6 months or an year, and there are like almost 30 positions open. When we try to post a job on LinkedIn in an hour, let's say we receive 500 CVs, and then an hour later we like run our basic tests. Like if we want a 2-year experienced person, if we want this particular skill, and we should cut down on the CVs, we get down to let's say 25, 30 CVs left. And then when we actually talk to them, it's like they've lied on their CVs and they don't even know how the internet works. And yet all these people expect jobs, not only from us, but from everyone else. Have you also seen that in any organizations you have been? Like when people actually ask for jobs, are they actually capable enough for filling them?
So definitely that is one of the things that happens when you're looking for the job and you're applying, and the amount of applications that are there for the job and the amount of CVs that are being shortlisted, there is a huge discrepancy in that number. So I think to overcome that, from my perspective and from my experience, that is one thing, is to think out of the box when applying. So one of the things is that like most of the employees and most of the people what they're doing, so you can have a different kind of outperforming your exposure, like writing an articles, playing CTFs, publishing your research, making a GitHub repository, whatever you are learning as a student, post it out, so that you can have a great amount of reach and you can have a great amount of networking. So that will make you तुम लाइन से बाहर खड़े हुए दिखोगे, तुमको एक लगेगा कि हाँ this person does some kind of public work, this person is active in certain sense. It might be helpful for recruiters, not a 100% way कि you will get a job out of it, but it is one of the way to grab the attention. And from a recruiter perspective, this might helpful for you. So that is one of the things.
So the 8 people who are looking for jobs, I guess you are making notes right now. You have to start a blog, you have to start posting what you are doing, so that people like us who are actually hiring could see you, and like from a stack of CVs, you actually stand different from them. All right, Sankalp sir, you have been looking for jobs like for recently. Out of these 4 people, you have been the one who has been most recent in searching for jobs. What are your problems? What do you think the recruiters are missing?
So as other speakers highlighted, keeping our thinking out of the box. So that is something I approach. I keep like cold emailing is one of the way that helps to get at least to get an interview. Later, student has to prove their abilities in the interview. So having prepared, consistently applying, being consistent with your skills and consistently learning will, I think, help the students, in my opinion.
So it's basically like the people are just clicking on that apply button, they are praying and spraying, if you know that reference, and then like whatever strikes, they'll take it, instead of like actually wanting a job, reading the job description, what the job actually wants from them, and if they are suitable for it or not. So if you actually want a job and you think about what job you want, then go down for the job profile and then maybe select it. if I'm not wrong. That is what the conclusion is. Sure, sir.
So, mainly what I would like to add here is that people should not fear before applying. I mean, a lot of time it happens that you have the required set of skills, but then instantly you start judging yourself. Like whether you are capable enough or not to go into that scenario or not. First of all, you should be fearless before applying, and also constantly sharpen your skills. You don't have to wait and just blame every single time that ChatGPT is coming, AI is coming, what I will do. But you need to harness your skills every single time. You don't have to wait for the right time to come because it will never be there. So constantly do and clear your basics. And that is the foremost thing that I've seen in most of the people, that they don't know the basics of the things. And a lot of, in interviews, what we have seen is that the recruiters even hire those kinds of people though that don't have that level of skills that they are seeking, but have the ability to learn. You should have the ability to learn, to cooperate between your teams, and you should be excited about what you're doing. And constantly try to search for different areas of cybersecurity because this field is so vast and so beautiful. And that is why you also need to come into such conferences to understand these things. So that's my perspective.
I guess I can add one more line to it. That as you said, that people do fear, right, while they come into this interviews and all, while submitting their CVs. I have asked a lot of people who are looking for a job, why aren't you applying on LinkedIn? There is easy apply option. There are a lot of you create your profile and it would give you auto suggestions, right? So they were like that recession aane wala hai yaar. Recession is come, but what I feel is that cybersecurity is a very recession-free. There is no impact of recession on cybersec at least. There's a lot of data flowing. Not let's say not in Web 2, but in Web 3 right now. You see AI ML websites like on the websites which have blockchain running, right? The money is flowing 24/7 in blockchain, right? Those people are hiring actively. So I guess that fear should also not be there, that it would be recession. Cybersec is ultimately recession-free, even in the future, coming future.
So it's like there is money in cybersecurity, and it's already growing. You might see a slight decline when the recession hits, but then because the entire sector is growing so much, that decline will be invisible to you.
I will also like to add one more thing, that don't always try to seek for money that is out there. Because most of the people, they are going for a particular type of field just because there is a lot of money. Try to do the things that you love, as being shown in a lot of movies, but that's the reality. Because in the end, when you are perfect at something, then only you will be, not just perfect, but good at something, then only you will be able to skill in that sector. As you see that AI is coming and it is able to do a job a lot better. We can't just understate that. So that is why we need people who have good amount of skills, because you need to be there. You just don't need to do dumb amount of work, just copy paste and stuff, and you are complaining that you don't have a job. You have to upgrade your skills a lot in that sector.
So we mentioned skills, that you should have skills, but how does one get these skills, or what skills should he have?
It's about discovering. Discover as much as you do. Try to go into, for example, these conferences are one of those areas. Try to go and see for different, what the speakers are trying to tell you, and give you a lot of opportunities and giving you an insight into different type of fields. For example, whether it be Web3, crypto, or whether it be for OSINT example from us, you need to discover first. You need to understand that what you like and what you don't like, and then just go through it and upgrade to that areas. And ChatGPT is there for you. I mean, type the skills needed for this and this job, and it's there. So yeah.
Right. So it would be like a controversial question, but then how much do all these certification companies and all these certificates help in a person landing a job?
In my case, what I have seen is that when I applied for one of the job, then they required a lot of those certifications, OSCP, but I hadn't done any of that. So Don't judge me on that, but but the recruiter was able to ask me those questions related to it, and I was very much able and confident that I am able to solve it. So I showcased my skill, and they were very much happy to employ me. And that has not just happened with me, but a lot of people that I know. Yes, there are certain aspects of certifications that are necessary, but still you shouldn't hinder yourself or hold yourself back to apply, because a lot of people are there to listen. And cold emailing is one of the best things out there.
So there are like 9 recruiters out in the public. I'll open the stage, open the mic to you. What are your problems? What do you face while hiring people? Why are like you still unable to hold? All right.
Yeah. So one of the thing which I recently noticed that I recently posted.
Okay, sorry to interrupt, but then what role are you hiring for? Just for the 8 people to look at you and then they
Senior
might
security
contact.
analyst.
Security
Senior
an-
security analyst.
All right.
Okay. So recently, one of the issue which I faced was I posted kind of a job opening for the position of security analyst, and I clearly mentioned the email address, to share me the resume. Now I got somewhere between 40 to 50, CVs on my mailbox, but I got around 200 comment as just interested, right? Which makes no sense. So at the same times, those who are applying for the jobs, though should have the basic idea, right, that I'm mentioning the email address to share me your CV, and you're commenting just interested, which makes no sense even after having multiple certifications. So I have seen people who mention kind of particular single certification when they do before their name, right? They don't even mention their name, like they just mention certification. So there's a lot of things which I mentioned about the certification. Even I don't hold any of the certification. Still, I'm doing good in security. So yeah, that's the thing.
All right. Anyone else would like to give the comments? Yeah, sure. Can we get to the front row, the mic to the front row?
Hello. Okay, so I'm Gaurav. I'm hiring for Qualys, and I have posted specifically mentioning that I'm hiring for a Purple Team research role. Unfortunately, most of the resumes that I've received, whether through email or through LinkedIn messages or through WhatsApp, it's just that they're not related at all. Sometimes people send me resumes that have experiences related to SecOps. Totally different thing. Purple Team research is different. You have to make the exploit. Okay, your expertise is in a different area. I'm not downplaying you. I understand you have good skills. However, it's just that it is not a good match right now. I even got a resume from someone working in the chemical industry, and they said that they wanted to, switch. I understand, totally, go for it. However, right now, as the job description mentions, we're looking for someone experienced, someone who can drive and join the foundational team. So it becomes difficult for me to understand what's going on there. What more can I do? I don't know how better I can explain in the job description or rather the LinkedIn post that I make. I try to make the post as short as possible because people don't read the entire post a lot of time. Then there are people who kind of almost force me into referring them. Like one time someone messaged me,
there.
"Hi, any opportunity? Resume." Like, at
Pretty
least talk to me like a normal person, bro. Then there are people who force me into saying, "Oh, my resume is got shortlisted into Google. Why aren't you referring me?" Well, I'm happy for you. You go into Google then. So I will really, really recommend people, please, read the job description. I know you're good, but sometimes I have to make sure that your specific experiences match our requirements. So I think the learning is read the post, please.
Right. A quick roundup. What we have discussed so far, all the tips is when you come to conferences, you talk to other people and you introduce yourself. Second is read the LinkedIn post or the job description and apply for posts which actually suit you and the recruiter. Don't just spray and pray. And then don't fear when you are applying. If you match half of the skills, tell them in the LinkedIn message you send them, tell them in the cold email you send, okay, this is the skills I have. If you have if you are applying directly out to a random job post, then you could mention what skills you have and if like let it on the recruiter to find a role for you. Or if you're applying for a particular job role, tell that why are you fit for it, if I'm not wrong. If that sums up. Anything more should we add to this?
Also, as a certification part, you discussed, right? Forgot to mention this as well. Just have a message to all the beginners, which I also tell most of my students, that if you're a beginner out there, how many of you are beginners here? I just want to see the hands. Okay, still a lot. So if you're into this thing, coming into this field, don't think of certification as the only key to go forward in the industry. I guess certification is required when you're already doing a job and you want to have promotion, go further into the things, be specialized into some field. That is where certifications are important, even for your pay scale as well. But when you're starting, right, there are a lot of my students who have entered into the industry without certifications. I do not have any certifications. I go into a lot of
Disclaimer, I don't
communities
have that
and all.
too.
Right. So so yeah, actually your skills matters the most, right? Your skills matters the most, and make most out of it, and then try to go into the industry. Once you are earning, right, then you can start. For the people who are around 17, 18, 19, 20, your parents have worked hard to put you in college. Please do not waste or do not ask them to pay more 50,000, 1 lakh rupees for just a certification chance, right? Earn your own money, then try to go for the certification. That's all.
Sure. Can we have the mic there? Also, the people like who are looking for jobs, next question would be for you. Like, you have a chance after this to speak your mind out. So think if you want to. Sure,
So-
sir. Please.
Yeah. So as the speaker said, right, that don't go for the certificate. It's not the only way, right? Make your own project, right? Go to ChatGPT. Ask what are the projects that I can build. Okay, upload it on the GitHub, right? Second thing, like this is my personal experience that there was a malware researcher. Like he used to claim that he's a malware researcher, and he applied. I was like interested, like okay, and he was a fresher, and he asked me for the, assistant manager position. I was like, okay, I will give you. I will fight with the upper management, but I will give you. But the condition is you have to show me the code. He shared the screen. I just he like out of nowhere, he didn't expected that. I just asked, what is S2I? STOI. That is string to integer. He didn't know that. You can copy the code from GPT, okay, but you cannot be blind.
Yeah, makes sense.
At the end, we end up hiring the wrong guy because we have a deadline, right? You have a lot great chance to stand out. Just understand, clear your fundamentals. You can copy. We all copy. It was Stack Overflow before. Now we have ChatGPT. Okay, but understand that what you are implementing, right? So this was my take on this. Yeah, thank you.
So basically build proof of work that you know what you are telling about, then you have something to showcase, your project, speed blogs. So you like apart from other people, don't be limited to your CV, put in links or references to your project so that when the researcher sees your CV or when the recruiter sees your CV, you could go in and actually see what you have built, what you have done. So he gets a different viewpoint on the level of skill you have, which would, I guess, help him a lot and you a lot in getting that job. All right, the students who were like, the people who are looking for jobs. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Hello everyone. So I'm Kalash Jaiswal and I recently passed my third year. Like just today our results were out. So as a fresher, I will be honest, I have very basic skills of cybersecurity. I started like 2 to 3 months ago in cybersecurity. So as a fresher, how can I apply for internships to gain more experience and learn more? Because I have explored LinkedIn and few other websites for internships or for jobs or something. They both are like, you need 2 years of experience, 2 to 5 years of experience, 7+ years of experience. As a fresher, I couldn't find internships that are focused for like freshers and for just third year graduates who are here for learning and all.
All right. So I guess one point is that you see 2 years experience, 7 years experience jobs more is because those roles stay open for long. We have been looking for a senior researcher and it has been open for 6 months. But then when we look for freshers, that position gets filled in a month or two. So that is maybe one of the reasons. And then I'll let others people help. Why do you think this happens?
So one of the things that you can do is like the fellow speakers have said already, like improve the networking. Have a particular point of contact, and like if you're seeing that there are opportunities for 2 years or 3 years of experience, and if you're not finding it eligible enough for that segment, so have a right person in any company, find it through LinkedIn, or maybe get them then through email address, and have a right set of networking part, and tell them your intent. If you don't have that kind of skills, you say, but tell them your intent, like what are the industry you want to work in, and what is your like if they are working on a particular product or any software and anything like that. So what is your take on it? So that is one of the way to showcase your skills out there. So whatever you have learned in that way, show them out and have a networking part. So that could be useful for you.
All right. Anyone else who wants to look why he's not getting a job? All right. Final question, last.
So there's
late,
this thing. How do you know which skill you can put on a resume? Because sometimes you've just started and you think it is better to include it in the resume. Then you go in the interview and you find out, oh, I shouldn't have included that because I don't know as much as I thought I did. So how do you quantify which skill is good to put in a resume as per your skill level? And I think, okay, this matches with my description. So I include it, but then when I go for the job, I find out that they wanted a certain higher level. So how do I quantify it?
Then you practice more. Not to be rude, but then...
like making the resume time, I want to know. Like,
see, if I think I'm good at OSINT, I'll put OSINT. Okay. And I'll build it up to the level I feel satisfied with. Okay. Then I apply. Then the recruiter asks me something. It is possible that I don't know the answer to that. And then I'll see, if he is satisfied with the level of OSINT I know, he will hire me. If he is not, he'll say, this is something you are missing. I'll ask him, what am I missing? Okay. I'll build that. I'll message him next month.
Okay, yeah, thank you. That was the answer I was looking for.
Like, to quantify, you have to quantify yourself, right? Okay. How can someone else help you quantify you? You put a number to yourself. And then let the other person get the skills match. Alright, that was for this discussion. Quick recap around. Build your proof of work. Build what you have done. Show them, showcase them. Create a CV which tells your story. Certifications are, not spend your father's money on your certifications, spend your own money, and learn, go for the skills instead of the certificates. I would rather say we have decided that skills, these certificates help you get a job, rather they help you get those skills. So if you get those skills and then put them on your CV, they would match anyway. And then build your LinkedIn, build your network, contact people, and that should help you. All right, thank you speakers for helping us out there. Thank you audience for being such a lovely one.